violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Incredible surveillance video that shows an elderly store owner turning the tables on a group of armed robbers in Southern California. One of the suspects enters the store with a rifle. Within seconds, the owner grabs his shotgun and opens fire. He went in there with a gun. All three attempted robbers were later arrested at a nearby hospital where the main suspect was being treated for his gunshot wound.
Surveillance video shows a Norco liquor store owner open fire as a masked man enters his store armed with an assault rifle. Tonight, 3 men are under arrest for that attempted robbery that could have ended much differently.
Ha! So the old man shot back. We love to see it. Needs to happen more often. And this is why you cannot... They need to chill with all, like, going for all these guns and stuff, because people need to be able to protect themselves. So this is an elderly man that was able to defend his store, and he's a good shot.
Chili's Jen McGraw live in Norco with more of that incredible video and how police were able to track down the suspects and take them into custody. Jen.
Mike and MB, good evening. Now, the Norco market is one of the only stores that's open all night, which is why the owner takes extra precaution. He says that early that morning, he knew something was wrong when that car backed into a parking spot on the side of the building instead of coming around front. Just before 3 Sunday morning, a masked man gets out of a back seat with a long gun in hand, about to enter a Norco liquor store when...
You seen that? You seen his eye? Hey, he got the Pooh Shiesty mask on. Let's run it back.
About to enter a...
He got the Pooh Shiesty mask on, as you can see, hooded up.
Norco liquor store.
And it's a super gremlin on demon time.
When his accomplices come running out after the man behind the counter fires a shotgun.
That boy screaming, he shot his arm off. I mean, it looks like a very diverse group in that car, to say the least. They're in a Beamer. They parked on the side. Store owner knew what it was. He knew what time it was. And he defended himself. I'm glad this happened. I hope it happens way more often, because there needs to be a change. People need to know that if you run in somebody's place, you gonna get put down straight up.
The BMW speeding off, nearly leaving a fourth man behind. And here's another angle from inside.
Got him.
The owner locked and loaded, ready to take on whoever's next.
People should know, hey, you know what? You just don't walk into a business to rob them or a home. It's like, hey, if you do that, you might get shot here in Norco. They love their guns here.
Regulars say it's the first time in decades the owner has had to take matters into his own hands, fearing for his life.
And there was another guy coming in with another rifle. I'm like, one assault rifle wasn't enough, and there were already 2 of them in there.
The suspect...
He talking about the guns. Look at these people, man. One assault rifle wasn't enough. Dude. For one, this super gremlin here looks like that's a shotgun. I don't think that's an assault rifle, if I'm not mistaken, but I can't really see. But he talking about the guns. What about these super gremlins on demon time?
Suspects didn't get far. Norco Sheriff's deputies say the crew in the stolen BMW showed up at an area hospital. Deputies arrested 3 men, and a 4th will be arrested following his release from the hospital. As for the owner, revered by his customers and employees. How's he feeling?
He's feeling good. He's feeling good. Much better than he was yesterday, of course.
The owner suffered a heart attack following the shooting. The next day, he was released from the hospital.
Wow, they gave that man a heart attack. See, this is absolutely wrong, man. And his heart is beating super fast. He probably like zoned in. He knew he had one shot and he took it. Good for him, man.
Back at work to check on his staff.
We all love him to death. He's a good man.
A man that defended his own life. And customers say they'll continue to defend him.
He's our hero. And now he's going to have a lot of security guards always looking out for him.
Justin Johnson and Jamar Williams, both from LA, and David Brodus from Las Vegas, and a fourth will be arrested as well, are facing some serious charges. As for the owner, I did get to speak with
Lock him up. See you in 20.
him briefly today. He says he needs a good night's sleep and is ready to speak with us tomorrow.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jen.
Armed with an assault rifle gets the surprise of his life when trying to rob a Norco liquor store. Surveillance video shows the store's owner pull out a shotgun of his own and open fire, sending the suspect running.
Let's go out to KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang live in Norco with more on the incredible video and how police were able to track down the suspects and take them into custody. Kimberly.
Pedro MB High, authorities are investigating this failed robbery attempt at Norco Market. The suspects took off running after a store clerk fired a shotgun at them. Video shows a masked man with a long gun about to enter a Norco liquor store when his accomplices come running out after the man behind the counter fired a shotgun. The three get back in what police say is a stolen BMW. The driver pulls away, almost leaving one of them behind.
Dang, it looked like they took the Beamer from the dealership. They be doing these test drives and then running off.
Here's another angle from inside the store. Marnie, an employee, describes what happened just before 3 a.m. Sunday. She says her boss saw the masked men coming and acted in self-defense.
And he sees the car back in, and he thought that was odd, you know, and he sees two gentlemen jump out and with AR-15s or something of the sort. And of course, he, you know, stood up and he prepared himself for what was about to happen. One of them opened the door, the other one came charging in, and he said, "Freeze, hands in the air," or something, hands in the air, hands in the air. And then he just, when he saw the guy pull up the weapon like he was going to shoot him, he shot.
Blasted that man. And I wish we could see like the frame. Let's see when the shot gets taken. Boom. He said he shot his arm off. I mean, it looks limp. I ain't gonna lie. Dang, y'all might not even be able to see that because that's in the corner where my face is gonna be. But it looks limp. But the arm didn't come off, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He shot the arm, but didn't shoot it off. Wow, man. Can happen in a second, literally. In a second.
He shot.
According to the Norco Sheriff's Station, 4 people were involved in the attempted armed robbery. One was struck by the single shot. The suspects drove to a hospital where police arrested them in the parking lot. Authorities say they recovered stolen firearms inside the stolen SUV. 3 were booked, their bail set at $500,000.
They really almost left this dude. Bail set at $500,000. I feel that. And they were about to rob an elderly senior citizen. They got to go.
Police identified them as Justin Johnson, 22 years old from Inglewood, Jamar Williams, 27 years old from Los Angeles, and Devon Broaddus, 24 years old from Las Vegas. The fourth suspect, a 23-year-old whose name was not released, remains in the hospital in critical but stable condition.
Dang, how they wrap them all up? They was squealing definitely. How they get all of them in a stolen car? Probably their phones too. Hey, they phones might have reached out to the Wi-Fi at the store. Who knows?
According to officials, he'll be booked upon his release from the hospital. Authorities say the store clerk was lawfully armed. A customer told us he's glad he was able to protect himself.
Almost elation, because you see so many of these horror stories where people come in with weapons and they take lives of business owners and customers, and so it's like a win for the good guys.
Wow. Well, Kimberly, we've heard that the store clerk also.
And yeah, there was that robbery spree that I covered, the two neighbors. So, I mean, it happens. The OG neighbor and then the young teen super gremlin. It happens. I think they killed like 3 people. They were just going in, robbing convenience stores. Wasn't for much money. They did it because of the thrill of it.
Ended up in the hospital. What happened there?
MB, according to an employee, during this incident, he started feeling pain, so he was rushed to a hospital, possibly suffering from a heart attack. According to that employee, at last check, he is expected to recover.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.